Very good morning to all of you. I am Sonam Dubey, Assistant Professor in SIRT Bhopal. Now, today I have introduced the basics of database management system. Now, these are the contents. What is database management system? Brief history. Why user DBMS? Purpose of DBMS? Data models, architecture, layers architecture, and then components, advantage and disadvantage, and at the last DBMS languages. Now, what is database management system? Now, first of all, what is database? Database is nothing a collection of different types of data, and management system is a system that manages that particular data in a simple manner. So we can combine all these terms, database and management system. So database management system is a system that is a collection of interrelated and persistent data that have some specific task. And or we also introduce this a set of application programs used to access, update and manage that data which form the database management system. Now history. Now first of all, in early 1916, first purpose of a database is introduced by Charles Pachman, and at the later 1916, IBM developed the information management system that used the hierarchical data model. And in 1970, the Azure code of IBM developed the relational data model that is just related with the concept of database model system. And in 1980s, relational database model dominant and SQL standard is introduced, and later 1980s and 1990s the DBMS vendors extended system allowing more complex data types. Now, why we use DBMS? So these are some terms like data independence, efficient access, reduce application development time, data integrity, uniform data administration, concurrent access and recovery processes. Now, purpose of DBMS: data redundancy and inconsistency. When we are using our data in multiple storage in multiple times, that is data redundancy, and inconsistency means data at a multiple place in a inconsistent manner, or we can say some information may be duplicated in several places. Now, and the second one is difficulty in new program to carry out niche new task, and the third one is data isolation. If a data is stored in a multiple places, so there are difficulty to isolate that particular data, and these data are different format. Now, security problems. Every user of the system should be able to access only the data they are permitted to see. If there are particular authorization schemes, so we can achieve the security. Now, integrity problems. Integrity means data may be required to satisfy certain constraint. So there are two constraints: integrity constant and data constant. Now the data model. This is first of all the first basic type of data model, that is hierarchical model. In this model, data is organized in a tree structure. There is a hierarchy of parent and child data segment. This structure implies that a record can have a repeating information generally in a child data segments. So this is the diagram. In this diagram, this is the payment, improvement, reconstruction, maintenance and rehabilitation are the types of improvement, and there are also maintenance is divided into three terms, that is routine, corrective and preventive. Now, network model. The network model basically consists of, it is just same as a hierarchical data model, because in this manner the data is again categorized into two or several parts. Now, the relational model. The RBDBMS Relational Database Management System, a database based on the relational model developed by E.F. Codd. The relational database allows the definition of data structure, storage and retrieval operation and integrity constraint. Now, the properties of relational tables. Values are atomic. That means a value is always in an atomic manner. Second one, each row is unique. That means no row is repeated again and again. Third one is column values are of same kind. The sequence of column is insignificant. The sequence of row is insignificant, and each column has a unique name. Object oriented model. The object DBMS are database functionality to object programming language. They bring much more than persistent storage of programming language object. That means in object oriented model basically consists of a concept of object oriented. That means it basically consists of objects, classes, functions, and their various types. Now, semi-structured model. The information that is normally associated with a schema is contained within the data, which is sometimes called self-describing. Now, the architecture of DBMS. The architecture of DBMS basically consists of three levels, or we can say three layers. That is external, conceptual, and internal level. So this is the structure or architecture. In this level, at the higher level, the external view that is connected with the conceptual schema, and the conceptual schema is connected with the internal schema, and that is basically consists of three databases, that is stored databases, where our data is stored in various file format. Now, external level is basically describe the definition of logical records and relationship among them, and the conceptual level basically represent the entire database. That means it represent or it describe the records and relationship in a conceptual view. And the third one is internal level. Internal level indicates how the data will be stored in describe the data structure and access method. Now, components: hardware, software, data, people, and procedure. So these are the components of DBMS. Now, advantage: controlling redundancy, sharing of data, data inconsistency, integration of data, integration constraint, data security, and report writer. Control over concurrency, backup and recovery procedures, and data independence. And these are the some disadvantages of DBMS: cost of hardware and software, the cost of data conversion, cost of staff training, appointing technical staff, and database damage. That means when we are using different kinds of hardware and software, they have consist of different things. Now, DBMS languages. The data definition language statements are used to define the database structure or schema. Some examples: create, alter, drop, truncate, comment, and rename. So these are some examples of data definition languages. Data manipulation language. Data manipulation language basically consists of managing data within the schema object. Select, insert, update, delete, merge, call, explain, and log table. Now, thanks.